Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It can be anything at all in the world you want it to be. It's a cloud. If you're lonely, just look up. You've got a best friend. If you're hungry, just look up. You've got a sandwich. Is it a cumulonimbus? Is it a stratus? I have no idea whatsoever. To me, it looks like a bunny rabbit. A free movie in the sky. Thanks, clouds. Thanks for everything. Hey, Bumper Podcast, what's going on? It's me, Natty Bumpercar, your best friend in the whole wide world. Where have you been? What have you been doing? I missed you. I feel like with live streaming that we should, at this point, I should put everything aside and I should just 24/7 have a Bumper Podcast going and call-ins and everything. Weird thing, we didn't get any calls this week. I was kind of sad about it. There is one call. There's an interview, and in the interview I talk about the call because I'm not sure if I'm legally allowed to use it. Oh, intrigue. Oh, Bumper Car. What are you talking about? Well, I feel like someone might have accidentally called in the call-in number, and then it's like I'm going to go 4 to 6 minute. You can just hear people talking in a room, and so they're not leaving a message. I mean, they do leave a message, but it doesn't pertain to anything, and it doesn't. They're not talking to me. And so I feel like maybe that's not appropriate to use. And also, there's nothing exciting in the conversation. Like if they were like, hey, here's the thing in the boxing race or whatever, like you got to put all your money on the other guy or whatever. Like then I would be like, oh well, I got to share this with the Bumper Podcast. So that they know they got to put all their money on the other guy. And but there's not even that. It's just like there's some boxes moving around maybe. And there's some, there's just like, Philip took the week off last week. Philip, did you hear about him? Took the week off last week. And it's just like that kind of stuff. I know about that. And a lot of kind of unintelligible stuff. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to not play that one. Hopefully next week, though, I will get more calls because I do love the calls. So if you do want to call, then you, of course, know that the phone number is 646-847-7976. Again, and I will tell you this later as well, but it's 646-847-7976. That's to call the Bumper Podcast and leave a message. I've been told, though, I don't have an outgoing message, which is so rude of me for me to ask you to call in and talk to me, and I'm not giving you anything, so I'm going to fix that this week. It's just a constant fixing. The Bumper Podcast is basically like a house. Like you buy a house and then you're like, oh, look, I gotta fix the windows. Oh, no, I gotta fix the walkway. Oh, no, the roof is leaking. Oh, no, look, the refrigerator stopped working. Like, that's what the Bumper Podcast is. And every time you fix something, you turn your head, something else is broken, and then by the time you get around and fixing everything, guess what? You gotta start off at the beginning again. Exciting news this week. One of the kids is gone. He is at his grandparents' house. We have a week of rest. One kid, so easy. 2 kids, no, not as easy. Not as easy at all. He left yesterday, and he's gone until Saturday. So it's amazing. It's the best. But we have an interview coming up, and after the interview, I've got a funny story to tell you about something that happened with him that I think I still crack up when I think about it. So I want to make sure to record it so that I remember it when I'm old and living in a cave. Because that's my assumption, is that when I'm older, I'm probably going to just have all the Bumper Podcasts on cassette tapes, and I will fumble around on the shelves, and I'll be like, I want to find that story, the story that I told that one day about the child. I'm not going to tell you what it's about, though. But what I will tell you is Pig's interview this week. He's doing great with these interviews, by the way. BT dubs. is a lot of fun. Again, I don't want to give it away, but it is someone who has been on the show before. And no, it is not Adam Lucidi again, even though he is always welcome. So sit back, get ready, get right. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the next pig interview.
All right, hey everybody, it's me, Aloysius J. Pig, and I'm here for my interview show, and this is episode 303, and that means I'm 3 for 3, outside the key, you know me, and today we have a fun dude on. He's actually been on the show a couple of times, I think. You guys seem to like him a lot. He's really fun to talk to. I enjoy talking to him. You enjoy listening to him, which should make for a good interview show, as long as we don't run out of steam, which makes me a little bit nervous. I don't want to open the kettle to see how much steam there is. I'm assuming there's a lot of steam for the interview. We shall see. Ladies and gentlemen, he didn't hear any of this, I don't think. Give it up for the one, the only, Mr. A Sock Cop. Hello, Sock. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going there, Pig? Good to see you, my friends. Good to talk to you again.
It is amazing to talk to you. I mean, we hadn't talked in so long. How you been?
Oh yeah, it's been a little while. I've been doing fantastic. I've just been out here catching the speeders. They've been keeping me busy. The summertime, everybody. Yeah. I think the heat down here. It's very hot down here in the south.
Yeah,
the South Coast where I live, and I think the heat makes people want to get out of it real fast. You know what I mean? So people start driving real fast, and I got to stop them real fast.
Where they going?
I don't know where they're going. Some of them said they go to the beach. Some of them go to the beach. There's a water park.
Yeah.
It's a very popular place. Some of them just go to the post office or something like that.
Now, where you lived, is there like one of them roads that goes all around the town like a donut?
No. That's that you get those in cities that were like sort of planned out.
Oh.
See, where I live down here. It's down in Mobile. Basically, what happened is somebody way back in the days, in the pioneer days, had him a tent.
Okay.
And he was like, I'll just put the tent here. And then another person came by and was like, hey, this place looks cool. I'll just put a tent here too. And it just kept going from there. So they just kept building stuff. And they're like, hey, we need some more stuff. So they just built the road.
Yeah.
And then there's no plan to it at all.
So there ain't no grid?
No, there's no grid. The roads are all like sneaky little snakes, just going this way and that way.
Are they all
there's no rhyme or reason.
Are they all named the same thing?
No, they're not named same thing. They're just named basically just after somebody.
Okay. Because I'm from Georgia originally, where everything is like, I'm going to be down on Peach Street. Oh, did you mean Peach Lane? No, I meant Peach Avenue. Bro, were you on Peach Circle last night? And you're just like, God, all these peaches. I can't keep up.
I meant Peach Tree.
Yeah, there's a lot of peach trees, too. That's a big differentiator.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was on the corner of Peachtree Avenue and Peach Street. And you're like, bro, I can't even talk to you no more.
That's how you can tell. There's peach people and there's peach three people.
Peach 3? Or
no, peach 3. Don't make fun of my speech impediment, Pig.
I thought we were counting all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah. Pizza 1.
Pizza 1? Oh, that's what I was doing, too. We just bumped our heads getting to the same joke.
We was rushing there.
I think I got a concussion. Speaking of Russian, Sock Cop. No, I'm just kidding. I don't get political. So, I got to ask. So, Sock Cop. Now, most cops I know, they got rankings, like rank and file. Is you like a private or a detective or a wizard? What kind of sock are you? What level?
I do like wizard. I don't know. Maybe I could become a wizard.
They give you a cool hat with that.
No, I'm sort of my
own. You shall
own.
not pass. Like that's
I get a big stick with a big glass thing at the top that shoots lightning out and stuff.
That's how you check the speeders. You have to look through the orb, the orb of speeding tone.
With any job that you get, here's your magical orb. I think I would take that job.
I think they're getting away. Someone called a kraken and pick them up quick. Is there a kraken on the force? I don't know.
No, there's no kraken. We are like it's next to the sea, but we're not under the sea. So a kraken wouldn't do much good.
Don't get it, don't be that song.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Outside we're to something. I don't know no words.
I don't know.
Under the sea. That's what I was doing.
Under them seas. Yeah, I like that. They get stuck in the head.
Since I have a lot of co-op questions for you, do you know anything about just like a blue line of silence? Like, you know what that is?
The blue line of silence.
I don't. That's what I heard. Is this like so? Police officers protect their own and all that. So there's this like,
Oh, yeah.
Hey, there's a code here. Blue line of silence. I live in Copland. You know that type of thing.
Like I don't know. You talk like a NYPD Blue type of gimmick there, some sort of TV police thing.
Shung Shung. Is that NYPD Blue?
No, I don't think so. I think that's a different one. I think that was Chips.
Okay, as long as it wasn't Dance Cops or whatever it was.
No. So,
do you guys ever go dancing? You and your police friends?
we never all go dancing together. I do a little dance whenever I write a good ticket.
Oh, really?
That's just me. Yeah. I don't have to go to like a discotheque or anything. I just sort of do that on my own.
Well, your car has all those cool lights on it. So like once you pull over, the person in front of you is like sweating, freaking out, and you're just like.
Yeah, that's
Here
sort of
I
like
come.
that. I'm getting built up. Yeah.
Gonna give you a ticket. Gonna get my book out. Gonna look you up. Take you to jail. Oh, here we go. Oh.
But I don't do that because I have to do the strut up to the car. If I'm too pumped up, I can't strut properly. You've been pulled. Everybody pretty much has been pulled over at some point, correct? Have you been pulled over?
Up here, we don't have enough times to say pulled over, so we just go, yeah, I got pulled the other day.
Oh, you got pulled.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah, and then the cop is like, hey, look at me, I'm pulled pork. And I'm like, oh, stop it. What are you doing? That's not nice. That's not appropriate.
That's insulting to both of you.
Yeah. I'm like, you making puns on me? What are you, a punzel or something? Like, I don't know.
No, that's still good. But whenever you get pulled over, there's the strut. You got to let them sit and sweat for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you got to just sort of slowly stroll up to the car like that. You can't be rushing up like you're just coming out of some sort of German techno festival.
No, you can't.
You got to just waltz up to them. That's how you get the intimidation.
You still got glitter on your uniform or whatever. Yeah. Carrying a glow stick.
You still got the pacifier.
Can't do that.
You can't do it. You've lost the game if you do that.
It's gonna wreck the whole thing. People are gonna look at you and be like, "I'm just gonna go now," and they're like, "You can't go. I'm still giving you a ticket." Bro.
Yeah, but they won't believe me. And then they take you to court, and then they'll be like, "Well, sir, he did have a pacifier in his mouth," and they'll be like, "Case dismissed." And then I'm laughing stock at the whole force. That's no good.
I have a picture of this on my dash cam or whatever those little cameras they have to
wear. Yeah, those dash cam things. Those are fun.
And the judge is looking at it and he's like, I'm sorry, Mr. Sockop, but is you wearing a pacifier? Hold on. I'm doing my southern voice.
There you go.
Excuse me, Mr. Sockop, but is you wearing a pacifier on you? That was my southern accent.
That's pretty good.
Did it remind you?
As a man from Georgia, I would expect you to have an excellent impression of a southern accent, and you definitely delivered.
Did it remind you of Boss Hogg? Hello, that's another one. We're just going all in tonight.
A little bit of the Boss Hogg. I do like we do have this one lawyer, and he's always wearing like the suspenders, you know what I mean, and the paisley suit. So he likes to strut around and tell tales and stuff. He walks around.
We was driving around in New Jersey. This is a couple weeks ago, and my mind is still blown weeks later. We're driving. There was a dude who his gut was like a beach ball. It was large, right? And he was like 5'4", not a tall man, but a round man wearing very large jeans and suspenders with no shirt on.
Oh.
Yeah. And I almost, it was like Jack Tripper where I was on my bicycle and I almost ran into a car because I was turning around looking like I was driving with my kids and I was just like, what in the what? Like, what did I just witness? Like, what? Oh. Wow. Yeah, it was pretty exciting stuff.
It's weird, the things you see when you're out driving around. I was driving by the other day. There was a RV. And it had they had painted, and you could tell that they had painted themselves. This is not an officially licensed merchandise for the RV, but they had painted Garfield. You know Garfield the cat, orange cat, loves lasagnas and all that.
He hates Mondays, that cat.
He hates Mondays, but they painted the Garfield looking real angry, holding a gun.
Oh!
And it had a word below, and it said something to the effect of, unless you're bulletproof, don't try to steal this car. Implying that I guess Garfield would shoot them with his little musket, something like that. Well, so I see that on the side of the RV. They go ahead a little bit because I'm kind of stunned, looking up like, what is that? On the back, they painted it again on the back.
The same exact.
They changed lanes. It's on the other side. All three sides have Garfield with a gun threatening to shoot you if you try and steal this RV.
You know what I did here, though, is if you have like Geico insurance, that's going to drop your premium down. Is if you have more than one Garfield's not going to do it. You got to have multiple Garfields holding a gun and threatening people.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true. They give some wacky discounts.
I wish that they would have changed the message up on at least one. Just be like, if you bulletproof, whatever, bulletproof, fine, and then just be like, I love lasagna. Oh, just something to keep.
If there's two things I like, it's lasagna and shooting robbers.
And protecting. You must protect this house.
It was so weird. I just don't understand. Like Garfield. Like, you've seen the truckers that's got like the Yosemite Sam's mud flaps.
Oh yeah, or the
like Yosemite Sam. He's an intimidating character.
He's a rootin', tootin', shootin'.
Exactly. But the Garfield I've seen a lot of Garfield. I've never seen him get violent in any sort of way.
He might like move the chair out from Odie or something, but maybe Normal's gonna bother him a little bit.
Normal, I suppose. I suppose if Normal was gonna steal the thing,
but then he's never packing heat.
No, he's never packing heat. I don't know. I had to go back through my Garfield collection again, but I'm pretty sure I don't remember one where he's packing heat.
You should have gone on Snopes.com and checked to see if that was a fact or a fiction or whatever.
That's what I should. Yeah, I should have done that. I wish it was on the interstate, so I wasn't able to take a picture because I've got a very strict don't use the phone while you're in the driving gimmick.
I think that we're making a lot of cases for why we need dash cams in this country, right?
Oh, you're exactly right. Yeah, no, it's fun. Some of the times we take the dash cam video. If we see something funny, we take it back to the station. On our lunch breaks or whatever. We'll put it and we'll make it go in fast forward, and we'll play the Benny Hill music. You know what I mean? It's hilarious. It's like, look at me, give him a ticket. Oh, look, now he's crying. And it's hilarious when you got it sped up like that.
That's fire and forgot. You do audio, you do video stuff. You like the AV Club.
Oh yeah, I like to do that kind of stuff. It's fun, Got a couple little tricks here and there.
Yeah.
You got to, if you're gonna make premium content, in this day and age.
I don't know nothing about no premium content. I read it, I hashtag it, but man, I need to.
No, you make premium content. We're creating premium content as we speak right now.
Wait, see, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I can't see the forest for the trees.
That's exactly right.
I'm looking down at the ground. I'm seeing all this pine straw. I'm seeing some brush. I'm seeing some bramble.
Mushrooms here and there.
I got no idea. I'm right here in the premium content forest. This is amazing.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. You're like, I got no time for premium content. I'm making premium content over here. That's basically what it is.
It's like I'm in Inception is what's happening.
Yeah, premium content Inception.
The whole world is folding in on itself. I actually didn't see the movie, but I saw the preview. It looks amazing.
That's fine. That's all you need.
I like to pay for movies, and then I go and I fall asleep in the popcorn. My whole head bonk right in the popcorn. They're like, excuse me, sir. You've been here for 2 showings of the movie. You've got to leave. You can't be here anymore. Yeah, it's fine.
Wow, that's no good. That seems like, do you eat the popcorn afterwards?
It's all stuck to me. I don't know. It's just like, it's like when you go to a bar and they're like, hey, buddy, you can have popcorn at home, but you can't have it here. Skadoot. And I'm like, all right. Don't need to be pushy. Come on.
Yeah, you got to go.
What is that we were talking about? Yosemite Sam. Do you have a favorite saying that he says? That's a weird question.
Favorite Yosemite Sam saying?
Yeah.
I liked it when he says varmint.
Oh, I like varmint.
He had a lot of different variations on varmint.
Varmint?
Varmint. You all varmint. I like that. I brought that into everyday conversation. I tried it out for a couple of weeks.
How'd it work out for you?
It didn't catch on like I thought it would.
Really? It says up here on the road, we have these big animals, and they're like, they're not beavers, but they kind of look like beavers, but I don't know what but I call them vomits. I'm like, oh, look, there's a vomit. Oh, I think my wife might call them a marmot. I don't know what they are. Now I totally forget. Hedgehogs,
Marmot?
groundhogs maybe.
Marmot's a thing.
I don't know what they is, but there's these big brown doodads, and they're on the side.
See, now doodad, that's a good. We can work with that one.
I named my iPad Doodad, and I thought it was
I like that.
I was pretty happy because like whenever I get a computer or a phone or whatever, like my phone is something called like what is it Toast? No, the computer's Toast. No, the computer's Foxy, and then the iPad is Doodad, which rhymes. And I don't remember the phone's name, but I like to name them because then I pick them up, and every so often I'll forget, and I'll go into settings, and I'm like, oh yeah, you got a little name, don't you?
That's cool. Yeah, that gives them like like some personality and stuff. I enjoy that.
So then if they ain't work, I could be like, Foxy, what are you doing to me now? Come on, bro.
And then it feels bad because it's like, well, that's true. I got to live up to my name.
Yeah, I am supposed to be Foxy. But then it's embarrassing if I'm at work and have to use my personal computer and it goes to the black, the screen, whatever, and my boss is sitting there and all of a sudden across the screen it just goes, Foxy. And he's like, why does your computer say Foxy? And I'm like, that's my personal business.
That's home computer stuff.
Yeah. You handle yours, I'll handle mine.
That's another thing. You don't think about, naming stuff if it's going to be out in public. And it's the same with like a dog, I noticed. Would you stop dogs? Stop.
What them dogs doing?
The dogs is fighting one another. It's just playing. They're doing the things over there. Would you stop it?
I hear growling.
There's growling happening. Would you stop it? There's an old crotchety dog and then the young puppery dog. And the puppery dog wants to play.
Yeah.
Old dog wants to nap. The old dog's very upset.
Oh, it's no good. It makes you sad.
Yeah, it's a little sad.
You should do like I was watching Big Brother the other day and last night maybe I don't even know. Yeah, but the producer was like opposite sides of the house because there were people fighting.
Oh, really?
So you never hear the producer's voice over the speakers, but you should do that to the dogs. Just be like opposite sides of the house and see if they actually listen. And tell
I doubt it. I'll try. Opposite sides of the house.
What happened? Did they do it? It's quiet.
It's working.
It's quiet.
It's working. Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Reality
That's a
TV.
good idea.
Yeah.
I need to watch more reality television. That's some good ideas
That's
there.
going to set you straight. My dog, Irving Brown Socks, when he was a pupperoo, we went to dog school, and they taught us this thing when he was freaking out, and we would have to pat him nice, and we'd go, saddle, saddle.
Oh.
And he actually would set like he got it in his brain. And this is like now 12 years, 13 years later, I pulled it out again. He was freaking out. I was like, saddle. And he did. And I was like, how do you remember settle?
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. He don't even know where his food is half the time, but he still remembers settle. This is weird.
Wow, that's cool. See, I don't know. That's the thing. People take their dogs to dog school. It's not really much of a thing that we do around here. It's like it's good enough to put yourself in school.
He got a diploma.
Just if you go. So to take the dog, it's just like, I don't know. That's rich, fancy people talking.
I think he had to wear a hat, like a mortise and a pestle.
Get out of town. That is a dog. Did they try to sell you graduation picture packages?
Bum, 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 bum.
They had to come out to the Macho Man Randy Savage theme song and pick up the little diploma.
Oh, yeah. Here's your diploma, doggy. Like that.
Yeah, a whole deal.
Who let the dogs out of college? Like that? I don't know. Sorry. That was uncomfortable.
Who let the dogs into debt?
Oh, yeah.
Student debt.
Let's not talk about it. Now it's going to make me cry. I actually.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
Somebody I've known for a long time the other day was just like, he just randomly brought up student loans, and I was just like, I don't want to talk about that. He's like, are you still? And I was like, for the rest of my life, I'm an indentured servant.
Yeah, that's just the way that it goes. Yeah,
I'm never getting out of that. And then, because I'm in this fun situation where I owe so much money and there's so much interest that even when I pay, which is every month, it still goes up. And I'm like, I went through a lot of school and I know a little bit about math, and I'm pretty sure that this is not how it's supposed to work. Like,
that's a raw deal right there.
Yeah, it's just like, this is not, it still went up. I mean, sometimes it's only up by a few bucks, but I'm just like, that's not a winnable game. That's not something we can, well, you need to pay more than your minimum. Well, I can't, because my minimum is too much already. Thank you so much.
Yeah, really.
Good days.
Minimum. That's a misnomer right there, minimum. My version of minimum and their version of minimum is two completely different things.
Yeah, my version of minimum is Can I still defer? Oh, I'm out of those? Okay.
All right.
You want me to join the army? Do they take pigs of my size in the army? I don't know.
That's still a thing? Yeah,
literally whatever I need to do to get this elephant off my back, this monkey off my back, I will do it.
That's true. No, I did not mean to bring that up. It's a sore subject for me, too.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to bring the dogs into it.
I tried to sell my kids to the student loan people because I figured I could make more kids, but I'm never going to get away from these student loans. And
right.
They refused. I mean, they wouldn't even let me send them in, and I had them pre-stamped and enveloped and ready to go, and they were just like, sorry. And I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do with this envelope now, you know?
That's Publishers Clearinghouse. Hey, yo.
You gotta send them away. Here you go. You're a winner. Chicken stuff.
They maybe they listen to your podcast. They hear some stories on the podcast that would make me not want to take the children off your hands.
Yeah, that might be. I'm into comedy shows. They like to tell me, they're like, oh, why none of us want to have kids? And I'm like, oh, okay. That's actually good because a lot of comedians probably shouldn't have the kids. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, ooh ah.
I could only imagine.
So let's see what else I was gonna say. So you've been on the show what now, like 100 times or so?
What, this your show?
Yeah, I don't go to the archives. I just know it's been more than a hand. I ain't got hands, but I'm assuming it's more than a handful.
It's more than a hoofful. No, this is number 2 actually.
Wait, this is number 2?
This is number 2, yeah.
I had papers drawn up. I was telling Bumpercar it was gonna become the Bumpercar and Sock podcast because I thought you'd been on here like a million times. This is.
Toss those jokes out the window. You may be thinking of Lucides. Maybe Lucides
been on. I don't even know anymore. I got to call Rufus T. Rufus. I don't know. He's my lawyer. He's got to redraw these papers up. Oh, he told him it took him 3 weeks to write this stuff. He's not a very good lawyer, if I'm going to be honest.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not good at math. But this is episode 303, and that means number 2. For me, I don't know. The ratio, it doesn't seem like it's
very small percentage.
I think it's definitely less than 50%.
That is a very small percentage.
Definitely less than 50.
So So now that I'm finding this out, I'm gonna shift gears. I want to know. Here's what people have been asking me about you. Tell me about Sock Cop before he was Sock Cop. Before he was a cop, when he was just Sock. Were you like a baby Sock growing up?
Oh yeah. I was a little baby booty, just like everybody else. Yeah.
And did you have like a twin? I'm assuming because like the two little pair of you guys running around.
No. It was just me. I'm an only child.
Okay, that's strange to me because in my head I was assuming. Do you get nervous when you go to laundromats?
No, I tend not to go. I haven't really been to a laundromat in a long time.
Because there's a lot of socks that get lost in laundromats, and so
that's what I've heard.
I worry about you.
That's what I've heard. Sometimes I get the mail comes in, but that's missing persons. I deal with the speeders, so that's it's a whole other department.
Wait, you got me confused. When you said the mail comes in, I was just like, who is this male?
The 6 foot male, approximately 200 pounds.
Now, on your door at your house, do you have it marked like at a 7-Eleven where you have it has the lines on the door so you can see how tall people are when they're leaving?
No, that's a good idea, though.
You could always know. You could be like, hey, my friend is, he's about 6'2" or something. I don't know.
That's true. Because you ever think, if somebody, goes missing or something like that, they always say, how tall is he? But I don't know. About yay big?
We're going to Six Flags tomorrow, and I already have it in my head. I'm going to take a picture of Bumpercar and his kid, so in case they get lost, I can be like, they look like this. They look like
that's
this.
a good idea, too. Yeah, picture's good.
This is what they look like. Can you find them? And then they're going to be like, it shouldn't be hard. We'll just announce as a lost pig. Maybe, they're probably looking for you.
Yeah, probably so.
And I'm like, bro, they ain't looking for me. I snuck in the back. They don't even know I'm here.
Opposite sides of the house.
Did it work?
Well, I think they're wise to me.
That was an answering, but I heard that. He was like, oh.
Yeah. Would you go get a job? Go get a job. Do something.
Do something with your life.
Yeah.
You know what the problem is? Those dogs didn't go to college, so they're never going to get a job.
Yeah, they never know. They didn't do the little graduatings and none of that kind of stuff.
They can't even get an entry level job in this economy. Oh, let's talk about this economy, huh?
Yeah, let's talk about the economy.
Man, the jobless numbers are really blowing up, huh? I don't know what that
They
means.
sure are.
I don't even know things.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, there's still people that have jobs, right?
I
That's
have
the thing people do.
I have one, and every day I walk in and I walk in and I look around left and I look right and I'm like, they're still letting me in? Okay, let's keep going in, you know?
There you go. I do. Yeah, every time I think about that sometimes too. It's you get worried. There's a little gated thing, and I got a little badge that I have. Not like the badge, but I got the little badge that you got to do to hit, but there's about a 2-second delay before the thing starts opening, and I always think in those 2 seconds, well, they got rid of me.
Yeah, that's it. There we go.
They got rid of me. It don't work no more.
I guess
they didn't even want to tell me.
I got to get a new mug because I left it on my desk. Okay, here we go.
Well, they even let me through the walk of shame with a box of stuff, with a picture frame and stuff.
No, you get none of it. You'll get nothing. Not at all. Yeah, I mean, I feel like my job I like, but there's not been a day that's gone by since I started working there that I didn't feel like this is probably the end. This is like, and I've been there like 4 years. I have no decorations anywhere in my office. It's just you walk in and every day, I feel my soul just seep out a little bit. And I'm just like,
oh, really?
Here we are at this room again. Perfect.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe she gets you like a little, like a plant or something, a Rubik's Cube to set there or something.
Anything? I mean,
yeah, just, I don't know, maybe that would, bring some happiness to the place.
I think my fear is, the day that I start moving on in, they're going to be like, tap, 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 BT Dubs, you're out on your keister. And I'm like, my keister.
But then what? Then you just take it back out. It's not a big deal. What are you afraid of?
I don't know.
Like it's going to be too heavy to lift? Like they're going to also weaken your muscles and you won't be able to carry it back out?
Yes. Bumpercar's got me on a very strict budget. And if he starts seeing that I'm buying Rubik's Cubes and whatnot, I'm going to bring that home. What's he going to do to me? And then he's going to be like, tap, tap, tap. You spending money on this stuff? Out on your keister. Like that. So then I've lost my job. I've lost my home. What's next?
That's no good.
I know. So, and then I got nothing so for me, I'm a very single pig. What about yourself? Are you out on the scene?
Yeah, I'm on the Tinders and stuff like that, trying to do things. Yeah, I'm trying to get some swipes. I don't get a whole lot of swipes.
You ever swiped up? That's really real action is.
No, I've never tried swiping up or down. I figured they would bring in some diagonals. Yeah, some sort of crisscross applesauce kind of
zigzag.
Just drawing like little pictures of who I wish they was or something. I don't know.
Look, I drew this one to look like a mouse. Look at that. He's got a funny nose now. Oh, whiskers. No. Tinder would just put up a question mark. I don't even know. I've never seen it. I don't know what it does, but it would be.
Yeah, it's just like a little swiping gimmick, and it shows you pictures of people, and you judge them.
Yeah, well, that's the world.
That's the way that it goes.
People judge me all the time. I mean, I was just judging a dude in suspenders, so I guess that's just how the world works.
I was judging an RV owning. I don't even know who it was. I didn't even see it was the driver. It could have been a driverless car, one of those new gimmicks.
So maybe like the people that are in the back, and
just kicking it.
Let me see. There's a diamond in the back, a sunroof top, kicking in the scene with a gangster lean. Do you know what that is?
What is that?
It's like
a poem?
It's like a Snoop Dogg song, I feel like. Diamond in the back, sunroof top.
Dogs!
Uh-oh. No.
Dogs! Stop it.
These dogs are screaming.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
These dogs have questions.
The hounds have been unleashed.
Oh, they're so tiny. Oh, wait, is the thing happening that the cat is very chill, though. I'm looking at your cat.
Oh, yeah, there's the cat. Just sort of kicking it back there.
Wait, is that a Papazan chair?
Yeah, it's a Papa John's chair.
So anytime I sit in a chair with my kids, like if I'm sitting in a chair, I'm like, hey, guys, this is a Papazan chair. And they're like, what? And I'm like, your papa is on this chair.
Oh, I get it now.
Yeah,
I get it.
It's a tough one. And they're like, nope. And I'm like, it's a funny joke. And they're like, but it's not.
And I'm like, okay.
No, it's a funny joke. I like that.
I think wordplay, right? Right?
No, it's pretty good. Well, I grew up with such literature as Hop on Pop.
Oh, that's a good.
So, that's good.
That's a tight book.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go again.
We read the book last night, the Dr. Seuss book. Oh, the things you can think.
Get out of town. You read the Dr. Seuss's?
All the time, bro. We read several books a night, so it's like a big time, So it's like last night we was reading Hey, how you doing? We're doing the things. What's in your little bag there? No, it's okay. What do you... Oh, you freaked out because you're seeing... Okay, I understand. I can't comment on it necessarily, but I understand why it would freak you out a little bit. It's not very often that people get to see what's happening here without other things.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so you're one in a million. But actually much less than that, like 1 in 10 at this point. I feel like.
Well, maybe now the dogs will be more behaved.
Well, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe she's gonna rile them up or something like that.
Could be.
And then you're gonna have to be like opposite sides of the house, and she's gonna be like, "What is he talking about?"
You got to listen to the thing. When does this come out? It doesn't understand the references that we just created.
This fight is gonna go on for like several days, and you're just gonna keep messaging me, bro. When is this thing gonna be out? Because I just need her to hear the inside joke. How much longer? Can you just put it out? What?
Just send me that one part.
Yeah. Can you just send me a clip, please? No. Sorry, bro. I got to make up several other gimmicks to put in the episode before I can put it out live.
That is true. Now you've got the telephone number now.
Yeah.
How was that? You getting some phone calls or what?
No.
You're not getting phone calls.
I've gotten 3 phone calls, but then I got 4. 2 of them from a girl. She was on that last episode.
Yeah.
And then that guy, somebody named Dennis called, which I don't know if it's a Dennis that I know. I meant to ask him.
Is that the Dennis Has a Podcast?
That's what I was kind of hoping it was, but...
It sounded like Dennis Had a Podcast.
Did it? Because I wasn't sure. Then I feel bad because I gotta tell him he's on the episode. But then yesterday I get this call, and it's like 6 minutes long, and it's like I was butt dialed, which I was like, how was I? Because then these people are just having a conversation in the room, and I was like, am I allowed to put that on the show? I feel like I am. They called my number, right? I don't know.
I don't know. That's strange.
Yeah.
That is strange. Because I've got a phone number that people could call into the show and stuff like that, so it's just out there on the internet. And every once in a while, somebody will call that and leave a voicemail or something.
Yeah.
If I'm not doing a show.
I put it on the Twitters. We just got a Facebook page for the Bumper Podcast.
Get out of there. I didn't know you had a Facebook page.
It's like maybe it's been there a day or 2. So it's very exciting.
Oh, that's cool.
I started putting the bumps. He started putting the episodes on the YouTubes so that they could embed into the Facebook. So like the Lucidi 1300 and the last one, the John Trumbull, and then this one will be on there. But so you can get it like through normal podcast places, the iTunes and whatnot.
Right.
But then you can also go to the other place. But it's not burning down the scene on the YouTubes like I would have liked. I think one has 3 views and one has 0 views. So we're growing, we're learning.
Oh, that sounds like my YouTubes.
Yeah.
Like you may have accidentally put it on my channel or something like that. It's gets a whole bunch of goose eggs.
Here's a weird. What was it when? It's either Periscope or Vine. I don't know what I did, but I imported like a bajillion different things on, and it all went into the YouTubes. And so I went from having like 30 videos to having like 90, and it made my numbers go aboo because like no one's seen 60 of the videos now.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. That's a lot of mine too, because I took all the Vines and then I put them all up on the YouTubes. Whenever they shut it down,
yeah,
I downloaded all the Vines, and I was like, well, I'll just put them up on YouTubes.
Yeah.
Then I set it where nobody can see it, so it's like, just takes up space.
I miss the Vines a lot. That was my favorite. It was the best.
Oh, the Vines was pretty good. I enjoyed that.
And especially like once they got to the point where they're adding the functionality, so I can do little bits of stuff. I don't need to do massive stuff, but just little bits of stuff, And
I still have, like, on several days, I'll be like, that's a good vine. Oh, never mind. I can't buy it.
Yep. I still think about that. Sometimes I'll think in little 6-second loops.
Yeah, because Instagram videos or whatever, they're too long. You can't, it doesn't have the same impact. Like, there was something about, like, 1, 2, 3, click, 1, 2, 3, click. That was like, it just had, like, this real cool quality, I thought. But
yeah, I liked it a lot. I was kind of late to the game. I didn't really get into it until late. It was like probably just a year or so ago.
I saw somebody was like, this isn't hard to make. Why doesn't somebody just redo it? Like, with the same functionality and call it mine or whatever. I don't know, you know, like
something else.
Yeah.
No, there was one I saw. There was a clone that popped. It was called like Coob or something. I think my buddy OGVHS, he was a big Vine guy, and he told me about it.
He's in Jersey, right?
Yeah, he lives in the New Jersey.
See, he knows. Oh, that's where you stayed.
Yeah. I stayed with OGVHS whenever I go up there. He always got a blow up mattress for me.
Oh, that's a good dude. Then I like that.
Oh yeah,
I like that a lot. So did you guys are? Is that where the premium content started? It was a little battle between the two of you.
Yeah. We're like we're good buddies, but sometimes we'll motivate each other.
That's good.
And, create a fake rivalry or some sort of thing. So whenever he went from the Vines to the Instagrams, then he was like, I'm gonna get more followers than you, stuff like that. And I was like, no, you're not. But then he did. He really did.
Yeah, well, he's got he's got content. Like you have to make stuff. He has to make stuff
right.
too.
Yeah,
but
he's got the a back order stuff, and also he knows how to use robots.
Huh?
He uses robots.
How? How does he?
I don't know exactly what the robots do. I imagine that they are in like some sort of layer, they tap buttons, and I don't know how it works. He won't tell me the secrets, but he's got robots to help him.
Does he go out and take over the world?
Yes, it's very much like a robot, like maybe like it was made out of cans or something like that, and with it tapping on stuff, and
This is robot. This is the robot from my show.
I've never seen that robot. What show is this? I've never seen it.
He's on the Bumper Podcast. He talks every so often.
Oh, okay. I've heard him. I've just never seen him before.
Yeah, he's out of batteries. Yeah, see, if you go to the Bumper Podcast page, there's some photos. I think it's called Shenanigans in the Studio, and he's in one of the pictures being crazy.
Oh, that is great.
Yeah,
I'm loving that.
When I was in grad school, I had an art installation, and it was called Robot Family. And that's where I built him, and he has a little wife, and he has a little baby robot too. And they were just in this little scene, and it made me and I was like, oh, that's Robot Family. And my teachers were like, no.
Did you get the bad grade on it?
Yeah, they were, like, I went to like undergrad for art school, and then I went to graduate school in New York City for art school. So you're thinking, oh, okay, you're in art school, you make art stuff, okay, and you can talk about what you make. You have stories behind what you make, so it means something to somebody, whatever. But they would look at it and they'd be like, oh, nope, that is not nope. And I would get in like fights, like yelling fights with like teachers, and once I was just like, you let me in this school. Like, you saw my portfolio before I came up here, and you know what kind of stuff I make, and now you're telling me it ain't good enough? And it was a good fight. It was good fun. So.
Oh my goodness, so it's like you're gonna sit here telling me you didn't see Robot's Family coming from this guy?
Yeah. You could see that I used to paint squirrels, and now you're telling me that this is weird to you? Bro, and
so you go to art school. What do you do in an art school?
You throw money in the drain, is what you do. Yeah, I mean, what do you want? Yeah,
I don't know. I was just curious. I've never known anybody that went to an art school.
Well, so in theory, undergrad, you're learning a lot of techniques and stuff. So like, oh, here's the different kinds of brushes. This is a flat. That is a bright. That is a round. Whatever silly stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
That is a fan. And then you'll learn like you learn about pigments and like the how different paints are made. So acrylic it's like all plastic and stuff. And then oils, you got to add like all sorts of tinctures to it to make it work. And so you learn like how to stretch frames and what it's all made about. It's seriously, if I was rich, it would be amazing. Like if my parents are like, "Oh, send Pig off to school and he'll be fine," that'd be great. But instead, I come from no money, and then I go to school like a mope, and I'm like, I'm in art school. Look at me now. They said I can paint good. Great. Well, you're done with school, so what are you going to do now? I'm going to cry.
No.
I'm going to cry. And, but that's, I don't know. You learn art history stuff, and I think there's probably a way that it could be spun so that you would, like, maybe teach later on or whatever.
Right.
I don't know. I'm a pretty big advocate for art. I like it a lot. I think it's important to the world. Like, kind of everything is art in my humble IMHO. Like, your little shirt you're wearing or whatever. Like, that's art. Like, it's a textile, but still somebody had to draw it, then get the color right and sew it, and so that's it's all kind of artistry, whatever. And then people will be like, it's not art with a big A, it's art with a little a. And you're like, why do we have to differentiate? Because people like the pigeonhole. Oh.
The big A's and little A's.
I can't stand. Oh, wait, that's a different Dr. Seuss book I was looking at. Dr. Seuss ABC. It goes, big A, little a. What begins with A? Auntie Annie's alligator, A. Like that. That's stuck in my head.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
a good book if you get a book stuck in your head. I think that's the first time I've ever heard of that.
Big B, little B. What begins with B? That's all I'm gonna do. It's like Baba Baby Bubbles and a Bumblebee. That's how it goes.
Wow. Oh, that's good.
Big C. I wonder how far I can go. This is
this is interesting.
Big C, little C. What begins with C? Camels on the ceiling. C. Big D, little D. What begins with D? Oh, yeah, that's as far as I go, I think. Dino Duck. Nah, I don't know. I can't remember. Never mind. I got up to D, though, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I mean, there's a lot of the letters. I understand that, but,
Well, percentage-wise.
Percentage-wise, it's about as many as you almost owning the Bumper Podcast.
Exactly.
It's like 0.0175%. Like, I didn't even hit the 1 mark? No.
Nope, not quite.
Will I be getting checks in the mail? No, because it's nothing. It's less than 1%. You're not going to see nothing.
You owe us about 55
Yeah. For the record, we're gonna take your dogs. I'm sorry, but they look delicious. What happened? Yeah. Well, Sock, bro, as always, I love talking to you so much, but it's getting so late here, and I gotta go night time.
Oh yeah. You got a big day tomorrow.
Look at what you just did. I was trying to work into some other joke about beauty sleep, but you just knocked it out of the park. I don't even have the ball anymore to knock around. You just balloons.
The whammos.
So where can people find you?
Oh, man. The internet mostly. Okay. Usually I'm on the Periscopes a lot. You can just find me Sock Hop on Periscopes.
Periscope.tv.
Yeah, it's periscope.tv. That's the website. But it's an app. It's an application that you put on your mobile lookity device.
I love apples. So, okay, I'll look at it.
Yeah, it's similar to that. It's like one piece of a thing that's fruity.
I'll give you.
Or you can go to the website. It's sockuprocks.com.
Okay, and that's where we can find you on the Twitters and on the.
Yeah, that'll link to everything. The Twitter. I spend a lot of time on the Twitter. I spend way too much time on the Twitters.
Now, when you're on the Twitters, I know we were gonna fade now, but do you put up your own thing and wait for people to comment on that, or do you kind of go into other people's things and make comments?
What are you talking about on the Twitters?
Yeah, because I'm trying to learn. Like I feel like if I just put something up, it gets 0. And then if I find somebody who has a thread, and especially if it's a volatile thread, and I'm like, burr. And then people are like, rah, 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 rah. And I'm like, oh, is this how Twitters work? But then I don't get followers, but I get like all these mean, crass responses. And I'm like,
oh, yeah.
I guess I won the internet. I don't know.
No, I pretty much I stick to the I just put stuff out there. It's, just like throwing some spaghetti up against the wall. And you just see what sticks. Sometimes people like some things, and sometimes they don't. And then but the Twitter's it's good because I've met a lot of people on there that they just do stuff.
They just make stuff.
Cool. They just do things, and they come up with little funny witticisms. So they maybe do like comic-y things and put it out there. They just make a weird little video or something. They just do it.
I like
just to do it. And I'm like, hey, you're my people because I do that too.
You make stuff, I make stuff. We all make stuff together.
That's exactly right. So it's like, hey, I'll give you a retweet. You give me a retweet back and stuff like that. And then we talk every once in a while, and it's a good time.
Bumpercar was saying that you're like the king of the shares. He very much appreciates it.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm all about the sharing of things. The Bumpercar is definitely one of those people that does some cool stuff. I go in there every once in a while and look at the ants. The comic of the ants and stuff. I love those.
The ants are my favorite. If Bumpercar ever gets time, he's going to make a book. So it's going to have the comic strip in each page and then annotations all around it as to what it could possibly mean. And, probably within the next 20 years, I guess I'll get to that, I suppose.
Oh, wow. It's weird that you said 20 because I was willing to pay up to $20 for such a book.
Oh, wait a minute, yeah.
There's something
One
to
thing
it.
is, too, is it'd be cool because it'd probably be several volumes because I think I've got several hundred of those things.
Right.
So, I don't know. It'd be fun.
Did he ever get, tweeted out?
No.
Why not?
Or maybe they did. I'm going to think not, but I don't know.
Because
I think they were before the Twitters.
Oh, man, you got to just every once in a while. You don't have to, don't give away the whole thing, but just, pick a handful and maybe once every couple of days, just toss you one out there.
Won't? Like that? Just
won't. And then I love the ants, so I'll do a retweetings.
Look at
and
that.
then it's probably some comic book people will do some retweetings. And people be like, hey, look at this Natty Bumpercar character. I wonder if there's a pig that talks to people that I could listen to for about an hour. And then whammo, there they are.
And then they go to my website and they're like, wow, wait, he's got 300 of these penguin comic strips that ain't make no sense. He's got a few hundred of these ant things that make less sense than that. He's got I'm like Mr. 300 over here, 300 podcasts. Who is this guy? Who is this?
Just a genius man that creates things for the world to enjoy.
I think we should probably end on that because you're going to make me cry. Nobody ever says nice things about Bumpercar. Oh, man. Who is this sock up anyway? All right, so they're going to find you on the Twitters. They're going to find you on the Periscopes. They're going to find you on your website, which is sockcoprocks.com. And that's where they're going to find you, right? They're going to find you here, too.
Yeah, right here.
Because you're going to be here recording every week. We're going to send you a list of duties.
Okay, that's cool.
You have a lot of upkeep, a lot of stuff to take care of. You got to muck the stables. I hope you don't mind that.
I could do a little mucking. That's not a problem.
Okay. And you also have to bring the snickerdoodles. So that's good, too.
Snickerdoodle. Yeah, those are good. I've got a great recipe that involves buying snickerdoodles and then putting them on a tray.
Okay.
I'll try that out for you.
That sounds delicious. Now, with that recipe, if you would, before you bring me one on a plate, drop it in the microwave for about 5 to 8 seconds, but don't tell me. And you give it to me and I'll be like, is this fresh out of the oven? And you just say, why, yes, it is, pig. Why, yes, it is.
Why, yes, at one point it was.
All right, Sock, you go to bed because you got to get up early and catch the speeders. But thanks again for being on the show. I want to have you back sometime, okay?
Yeah, anytime. I have a microphone and I am available.
I love it. All right, everybody. That was Mr. Sock Cop giving us a phenomenal conversation. We will talk to him again. I swears on it. Click.
It's just amazing. It's like, because Pig gets these people on the show, and they're interviews, obviously, but they're more like their conversations, and you never know where they're gonna go. So we've had really good luck so far, where the three people who have done them, and we actually have another one in the can, is what they say. So for the next show, a great friend of mine, a comedian. But everyone's doing great talking to Pig, and that makes me happy because it makes him happy because it gets him off my back. Speaking of getting people off my back, so the kid's gone, right? At the grandparents. Last week we were in the toy room. There's carpet in the toy room, and there's a table in the toy room right next to the wall. And he was playing Legos, and I don't know how but he looked down in between the table and the wall, and there was this spider. And the spider was the same color as the carpet. So, he was just like, there's a spider! Like, he was freaking out, yelling, right? And I was just like, okay. Here. I'm basically like Eeyore around the house because I'm so tired and so beat down. and they don't seem to be able to do anything for themselves, these kids these days. And so I'm just like, okay, here I come. Like that, that's it. But I was, all right, what do you want? All right. And I get in, and I was like, what are you talking about? There's no spider. And he's like, it's right there. He's freaking out, right? Pointing, spider, there's a spider, there's a spider. And so I kind of look down, and I can't get to the spider because it's behind the table. And he's like, what are you doing? Your face is down there. It's by the spider. The spider's going to get you with a spider. Ah. And I was like, buddy, just relax. And I was like, no, he's coming my way. He's coming my way. And I was like, this is a couple-minute ordeal. But I was just like, oh, no. And he's like, what? He's on a chair. He's like standing on a chair like he's in an old Tom and Jerry cartoon, and there's a mouse running around the kitchen. And he goes, I was like, the spider just pointed at me with one of his arms, and then he pointed towards the door with his other arm. He's emphatically asking me to leave the room. And he was just like, what? Like, spiders don't, what? They don't do that. I was like, he's pointing. He's definitely pointing. He's just like, well, you can't leave the room. You can't leave me in here in the room without, what do you know? And I was just like, God, okay, I don't know what to do. He's still, okay, no, he's coming back. He's walking. Oh, God, now he's pointing at you. He's pointing at you, and he just took out a fork and a knife. I don't even know where the spider got the fork. And he was just like, no, spiders don't use forks and knives. Why would he have a fork and a knife? This went on for probably like 2 or 3 minutes of my favorite, most enjoyable torturing my child that I've ever done. And, eventually the spider just kind of disappeared under the carpet. But I told him I got the spider. I lied about the spider with the fork and the knife. But I like to, he's got a great imagination, and I like to play with it. It makes me happy. But I hope I'm not going to send him into therapy when he gets older. But he might. I don't know. The spider didn't have a fork and a knife. Or did it? Dun, dun. Hey, remember earlier how I said I didn't have any calls? I forgot. I lied about that, too. Evidently, I lie a lot. I'm sorry. No, but we have one call, and I'm excited about it. I think it might be by the same person who called before. But let's see what she has to say, all right?
Hi, Natty. I was just calling to ask a question about pig voice. And when did you first acquire or figured out or settled on, hey, this is pig voice? And how long, I guess, did it take for you to, I don't know how to say, make it be pig? All right, that's my question. Bye.
All right. Wow, that's a great question. This person is 2 for 2 on amazing questions. The first question was last week about who my comedy influencers are, which I still have to get into that because that was an awesome question. But this one is a little bit more of a touchy subject, and
it's me, Aloysius. I don't think that's a very important question or necessary question or a question that should be asked. Especially not to you. Maybe you could ask me that kind of question, like, hey, pig, where'd you get your voice? Whatever like that. And I'd be like, well, lady, caller, I got my voice here. Yeah.
Okay.
Talk how I talk, and I stalk how I stalk.
Stalk?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Aloysius J.
J. Pig.
Yeah.
That's how I sing songs.
We don't have to sing.
But I
know, but
okay.
You don't have to.
It's exposition. Right?
It's not exposition.
Oh,
that's
fine.
Okay. So, Pig, just hold on a second. So, that's a legit question. Because I have, and this is not, Pig is obviously not one of these. He's not a puppet.
Yeah.
But I have a real hard time with, I've got boxes of puppets.
You do?
I had the webcomic. It was called Snowflake, and I made a snowflake penguin puppet that I love. Like, I made it, and it's like 1.5 feet tall, and it's awesome. And I've never been able to figure out the voice. And I used to, when I make the cartoons for, like, Spot Elliott and Peanut Lou, that was the super special, that type of thing. Or Peanut Lou sounds like this, kind of. And it's weird because a lot of times I'll sit there and I'll stare at things. I was actually thinking about this just this morning. My in-laws went to, I'm going to say Europe, and they brought me home a German pig puppet. And it is awesome. I really like it. But it is in the drawer in the little table next to my bed. Just waiting. Because it's like the voice it doesn't just happen. I haven't figured out the ability to just look at it and be like, that's your voice. But it's more like when the right voice happens, then it's there. Pig used to hang out with a moose named Yetkin. He never had a voice. He actually had a dog squeaker in his mouth. And I have, who else? There's a horse named Cinnamon. And all he does is he kind of walks by and looks at the camera. And a lot of it is just because I don't know what they sound like. Now, with all that being said, Pig, this is years ago, he made a video called What Does Pig Sound Like? And like literally, we were in Hoboken on the riverfront, and he was walking around and just trying to figure out what he sounded like. And I'm just going to say by luck, something clicked, and that was a voice that stuck.
Something stuck, something clicked. You know what? I've been talking this way my entire life, ever since I could talk, ever since I was a little bitty pig, a little bitty baby pig. You know, I was raspy, and I had an accent, and I say words the way I say words. So when you come in, and you're like, oh, I got puppets and everything, and I already got people talking to me, talking about me, saying that I'm a puppet. I read the internet, I hear the comments, and so it don't help that they all of a sudden they're like, what are you, a linguist? Are you a voice coach? You're none of those things, Bumps. You're my pal. We hang out. We do the Bumper Podcast. But you ain't making my voice up. But I just want to be clear. That'd be as silly as a question as me being like, somebody being like, hey, how did you come up with Bumpercar's voice? And I'd be like, well, I took a marshmallow and I put it next to some butter and then I put some Rice Krispies in it, Yeah, I'm saying you sound like a Rice Krispie treat. I apologize. That might be a little bit ruder than I meant it to be because you're a nice dude again, okay? We're all lucky. We're all happy.
It is. I think it's good.
Fine. It's a fine question. All right. Moving along. Can we move along? We done?
All right. Well, okay.
Yes. Move. You take over.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So again, great question. Keep sending questions. You send great questions, and I really enjoy answering your questions. But it's just who knows? And how long did it take? It was when it clicked. But I wasn't like searching around for it. It was just like kind of like I like to keep my eyes open to the universe and what it gives me or whatever, and sometimes it gives me things and I know when those things work, and then I take them and then I use them and they make me happy. So thank you for your call. Thank you. All right, we did have a call-in segment. We didn't have a review today. That's fine. We're not always going to have reviews. We are trying to figure out other segments, even though I feel like the ones we have so far are working out pretty awesomely. I think the interviews are going great. The call-ins, when we have the calls, are great. I'm actually at the point now where I have more people lined up that I want to interview than I have time to do, which is a good problem to have. So I just got to kind of juggle and make sure that I get everybody in that I want to get in. And, it's fun. It expands. It expands the world because we bring in these new people and we get to hear what they talk about and what they think. And I will say, while I was recording this, I did look over and I saw a spider, and he was giving me kind of the hands across the throat, like wrap it up, like, hey, too long in the podcast. And I was just like, listen, spider, people seem to like these longer episodes, especially when there's people being interviewed in them. Speaking of people being interviewed, I want to thank my pal Sock Cop for being on the show. He's awesome. You should go and watch everything he makes. You should go and hang out with him on the Twitters because he makes great stuff. And we need more people making great stuff. After Pig's interview, I actually came on and was talking to him, about just the creative process. And you make stuff, and you make stuff, and you make stuff, and you make stuff. And you don't do it to be famous or whatever, but you do it because you like making stuff. And when people do start to find you and start to watch your stuff and listen to stuff, you super appreciate it, because it's more fun when people watch your stuff and listen to your stuff and interact with it, because it gives it a whole other life, a whole other meaning. So thank you a million miles for listening to the Bumper Podcast and for being awesome, and I'll talk to you